Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's Mobile Mechanics. We just come to look at this Audi A4. It's a 2.7 V6 TDI. So underneath we got this engine here. Just pull this engine cover off. It is 2.7 V6 TDI and it's got the exhaust system that runs down the back of the engine there. Okay, so we're going to start the car up and see what we've got here. Flashing glow plug symbol. The car is in limp mode and he's got this engine management light on there as well. And we are very low on fuel, which is not a good start. Where can we see the fuel gauge? Skip all of this. 0 miles there left on the fuel gauge. So we're going to need to top this up before we can go any further. So we've got the diagnostic scan system here running. Let's pause that. We'll go in here, see what fault codes we have. Okay, so we have there the P2463 particle filter restriction. Fuel rail system pressure too low. No surprise there because it's nearly empty. P200200 particle filter below threshold. Okay, so we sorted out the fuel issue. Now we can carry on and do the rest of the job here. So I'm on the exhaust gas temperature sensor here using a 17mm crow's foot spanner, and we're going to open that up. That's loose. That's a 17 crow's foot spanner there. So we've got that loosened out there. We can pull out the exhaust gas temperature sensor. And if that does look blocked, we can clean that up too with a little bit of brake cleaner or something. Now I'm going to use 5 litres of this, and I'm putting it into my pressurised bleeding bottle here. And I've got a specially little adapted nozzle on the end of it. Just like that, so that helps it spray out in a foam. And we'll get that inserted inside there. So we've got that here. We're going to connect it up to the exhaust temperature sensor port there. Now I'm going to build the pressure up on this to 25-30 psi. Now we're letting that flow in there. I'll just get the exhaust temperature sensor back in. So now that's all connected back up there. And if you are doing this as unexperienced, I would say to you that on VWs in particular, specifically more the 2 litre TDIs and 1.6, if you put the fluid in too fast, it will fill back and come into the cylinders and you will hydrolock your engine, so you just need to be careful for that. If that does happen, you need to open your glow plugs to relieve the pressure and then put them back. So what I'm going to do now is just temporarily clear the codes. Most of these DPF ones won't clear anyway, or they'll clear, but when you recheck them again straight away, the code's back until you've actually done the clean and reset the adaptions. See what I mean there? It said they're clear, but they're actually not. So the fuel ones are cleared because obviously now we've got fuel in it. Have a little quick look in the live data. See if we can get the DPF pressure sensor readings up on this. So we've got the live data there for the pressure sensor. Soot accumulation 62 grams. Calculated soot 100 grams. So we'll start it up. $83 there on idle. Let's see what we got on full revs. 449. So we'll let it idle for a couple of minutes and then we'll see what we can get these readings down to. So just got a couple of little pans there underneath the exhaust systems, but when you accelerate it, you will spill a little bit. It's just foam, basically. It dries up. And we'll go back inside the car now. So I'm just going to hold the revs now for a few minutes and see if we can get these readings dropping down. See, we can already see it's dropping down rapidly there from 450 down to 230 there now. It's dropping nice and quick there. We've only been running it for about 20 seconds so far. And this is basically the same reading. It converts to the same as millibars. So we want to get that down, ideally under 50, but like 80 maximum when it's on full acceleration, and under 10 on an idle. I like to usually get them down to under 2, really, 1 to 2. So we're less than a minute in there. We're down to 75, 74. It's dropping nicely. $73 now. Okay, so we'll usually do a regeneration just to get it down to like 100% clean. It's good enough as it is now. We can just switch the lights off and now it will stay. But we'll just burn off whatever remaining stuff that's left in there, so make a good job of it. It's going to do a test and then we'll get the job done. Okay, so what this is doing now, it's measuring the soot in the vehicle, so it needs to idle for 5 minutes and it will then go to the next stage. I think if on some vehicles it depends how they're programmed, but on some vehicles, of course, if it thinks that the soot is too low to do a regen, it'll just cancel it and say it doesn't need it. But most cars, it calculates the soot based on how much mileage the car's done, how much time has elapsed, and how the car's been driven. So it just calculates it by computer. It doesn't actually read it it hasn't got anything in there to read it except from the differential pressure, really. It can calculate it on that, how much pressure there is. So we're just going to wait for this to run up and then we'll hopefully get to the next stage. And something that can cause these issues are short journeys, not getting the temperature up there on the car on regular short trips, having your fuel level with the fuel light on constantly. Your car is not going to try and self-regenerate while the fuel light is in reserve. So yeah, it's just good to try and keep those things up as much as possible, your temperature and your fuel. So that's just dying down a bit there now, and a little bit of smoke, of course. Now it's sort of fading away. Okay, so we're going to have to take the vehicle on a road test. So we're going to press yes to continue. On the engine at idle, yes, continue. Okay, we're going to take it on a drive and then we'll get back. Okay, so before we can do that test drive, we just need to do the adaptions on the particle filter there, because obviously the calculator soot is too high. Start the engine. Okay, we're going to start the engine now. We're just going to tell her that it's been cleaned, obviously, or had a new one. Okay, so we've done the adaptions. Now we're just going to raise the codes. We'll start the vehicle up. So we've got no more engine light or flashing there. Not currently anyway. So we're going to go to the live data again and we'll read these pressures again. Okay, there now you can see there, like I said, I'd like to get it down around 1 or 2, and that's exactly what we've got there on idle. And we'll hold it up on the revs again to about 2.5 where it was before. And we've got about 20 instead of, I think it was 450 at first. So now obviously we can accelerate the car higher, which will increase these numbers. Now this one is limited to 2.5, so that's it. So we've got 23 there. That's a good result. We'll take the vehicle on a quick test drive. The power has returned. So that's it, we're back from the test drive, all finished. The numbers on here are looking very good, so that's it, we're just about all done. Now we'll go in, read the trouble codes. and they're all clear. So we'll go back. That's it, engine cover back on. And if you do have any sort of issues with these, usually it's always a good idea to check the flap inside here and make sure that's working, like we've seen on some of our previous videos. But on this particular car, we are now finished, and we'll see you next video.